Hello everybody, Legend for Life here, bringing you guys a brand new deck profile. This time around is ABC Cyber Dragon. This deck is a lot of fun. It's got a lot of power and consistency. It can be very control focused or it can be very OTK focused depending on how you draw and everything. And of course also how you personally prefer to play. This deck, I really gotta say, I'm having a lot of fun playing it, and I'm gonna stop rambling, so let's get on with the deck profile. First and foremost, 3 of the A Assault Core, and basically 3 of all the pieces for ABC Buster Dragon. Everybody knows what these guys do, but if you don't, they're all unions. A, if he's equipped onto a dude, makes it to where that monster is unaffected by monster effects, and if he goes to graveyard, you can grab back a union from your grave. B, makes it to where a creature's unaffected by spells, and if he goes to grave, you can just out a union. And C, makes it to where that creature is unaffected by trap cards, and if he's sent to grave, you can special summon a union monster from your hand. And then, of course, all of them can equip or unequip onto creatures once per turn. Really good effects for all 3, but however, of course, the main reason why you play 3 of these guys is to go into ABC Dragon Buster, whom of which is their boss monster and fusion. It's a really good and powerful fusion monster, and so you kind of sort of need to play 3 to be able to get to them relatively easily. Well, get into them relatively easily. Next up, I played 3 Cyber Dragons. This is where the Cyber Dragon stuff starts up. And Cyber Dragon, he's just a, good free monster. You special summon him. That's pretty simple. Next up, 3 Galaxy Soldiers. You can discard 1 light monster to special summon it from your hand, and then when you do, you can add any Galaxy monster from your deck to your hand. This is the only Galaxy monster, and he can search himself, which is really stupid. Now then, with that being said though, the main thing that this guy is useful for is making Cyber Dragon Infinity, and also getting the ABC pieces in your graveyard so that you can make ABC Dragon Buster. And of course, since you'll be able to summon 2 of this guy without using up your normal summon, that means you could, if you have all 3 of your ABC pieces and you have 2 of this guy in your hand, or at least 1 of this guy, you can discard 2 of the ABC pieces into your graveyard, special summon 2 of these guys, and then you can normal summon the other one, and then bang, have a Cyber Dragon Infinity along with a ABC Dragon Buster, which is pretty stupid. It's a hard board to get around, especially if the especially if you have a card left over in your hand to use ABC's effect. Next up, I play 3 Cyber Dragon Dry. He's just there mostly for being able to make Nova. He is, of course, also a level 4, so you can go into rank 4s with him relatively somewhat often. And then, of course, also he has that banishing effect, which I've never actually used, but I can see why it'd be very much useful from time to time, where if he is banished, you can target 1 Cyber Dragon you control. It cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects that turn. Next up, I play 3 Cyber Dragon Core. This guy's the main little one. You absolutely need 3 of this guy to search out your main Cyber Spell or Trap card, which of course is Cyber Repair Plant. The main reason why for that is because Cyber Repair Plant can search out any light machine type from your deck to your hand. So you can grab back your ABC pieces, you can grab your Galaxy Soldier, you can get your Cyber Dragons, you can search out anything in this deck with Cyber Repair Plant, and this guy searches Cyber Repair Plant. So he's a searcher for a searcher that searches. Pretty silly. Okay, now then, onto the spells. I play 3 Union Hanger. It's absolutely needed at 3. You activate it, you grab a Union monster from your deck to your hand, and then if a Union monster is normal summoned or special summoned, you can target that Union monster, and then equip another Union monster of a different name onto it, which is pretty good. I like it a lot. It's a really good field spell. And then, of course, we play triple Terraforming to be able to get to it really quickly. Very simple, it just digs through your deck really easily. And it's one of the reasons why this deck is so consistent. There's so much searching. I mean, like, Cyber Core searches, Galaxy Soldier searches, Terraforming searches, Union Hanger searches, here comes Cyber Repair Plant, discard searches. It's just absolutely crazy how much search power this deck has. Now, Cyber Repair Plant, if you have a Cyber Dragon in your graveyard, you can activate it, search out a light machine from your deck to your hand, or put back a light machine from your graveyard to your deck. Either one, I don't really use the second effect very much, but the first effect I use quite often. It's really good just being able to get to your stuff. And then, of course, if you have 3 or more Cyber Dragons in your graveyard, you can activate both effects, which is really nice. 2 Power Bond for going into fusions and stuff. If you guys don't know what Power Bond does, it's basically polymerization, but the monster you go into has to be a machine, and its attack power is doubled, but you take the damage equal to its original attack at the end phase. So it's a very much of a win or take a bunch of burn damage effect, depending on what you're going into. And it's a very, very powerful card, and I like it a lot. Really, really useful. Next up, I play 2 Overload Fusions. This card is basically a Miracle Fusion for machines, but it has to be a dark machine, which is kind of annoying, but oh well. Next up, 2 Twin Twister. Everything in this deck likes being in a graveyard for the most part. So yeah, it's a win-win. You discard a ABC piece, destroy 2 back row. Oh hey, look at that! You just destroyed your opponent's Solemn and their Vanity's Emptiness while also feeling your summoning of the big boss monster. Very, very good card in this deck. 2 Iron Call. Basically, if you have if you have a machine on your field, and if there's a level 4 or lower machine in your graveyard, activate this, target a level 4 or lower machine in your grave, special summon it, and then its effects are negated and it's destroyed at end phase. So it's just really useful for going into rank 4 plays and stuff. 1 limiter removal for just being able to OTK more, and then 1 Foolish Burial for being able to get stuff in the graveyard. You'll notice I don't play Machine Dupe. I tested it out in this deck, and I never actually needed it. Every time I did draw into it, I already had gone through my Cyber Dragons, or I had already, or I didn't have core, or I had no way of getting to core. So I ended up just dropping it because it was really just not helping me at all. So I dropped it for something that would help me. Now then, on to the extra deck. First up, I play 2 Cyber Dragon Nova, and then 1 Infinity. I would play 2 Infinity if I could get another one, but oh well. So 2 Nova because he's just really, really good monster. You would go into him by any rank 5, well, any level 5 light machines. I believe that's a summoning requirement. Yeah, 2 level 5 machine type monsters, which is pretty easy to do in this deck, obviously. And of course you can detach Xyz material, special summon a Cyber Dragon from your hand or grave, and then you can banish a Cyber Dragon. He goes up to 4,200 until the end of the turn. But however, the main thing is that you mainly use them for to special summon a Cyber Dragon from your grave, and you also mainly use them to go into Infinity. I think everybody knows what Infinity does, just being a Honor Arc and a Quasar. It's very, very good. Another thing that Nova does, if he dies by a card effect, you can special summon any machine type fusion from your extra deck, which is really, really, really powerful. You can just summon a free Dragon Buster, or you can summon any of your Cyber Dragons, which is, again, really, really, really powerful. Next up, 3 ABC Dragon Buster. He's absolutely needed at 3. Obviously, he's one of the best cards in the deck, and he is one of your main go-to guys. He can be he allows for a lot of OTKs and a lot of controlling, which is, of course, also very, very good. 2 Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon. This card is amazing. You can fusion summon into it using any 2 or more Cyber Dragon monsters. When you do, you can destroy spell trap cards your opponent controls up to the number of fusion materials you use for its summon. And once per turn, you can send any 2 light machine type monsters from your main deck to the graveyard to have him be able to attack up to 2 more times. Now, the key thing about that is you can send any 2 light machine types. So you can send A, B, or C. You can send 2 Cyber Dragons. It doesn't matter. You can send anything in your deck to the graveyard through his effect, which is absolutely amazing and just allows for going into ABC a whole lot easier. I play 1 Cyber Twin Dragon, just in case. He can be better than Chimera Tech Rampage from time to time. So, yeah, that's just the kind of thing. He's a 2,800 who can attack twice. If you power bond into him, he's a 5,600 who can attack twice, which is really, really stupid. 1 Cyber End Dragon. I don't ever actually summon him by his actual summoning method, fusion. I mainly summon him off of Nova's effect if Nova gets solemned or something. 1 Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, just in case, and also there's some funny little combos you can do with him. And then 1 Chimera Tech Over Dragon, just in case. He's a very powerful monster, and hey, banishing like 20 guys from your graveyard to summon him is really stupid. Now then, as for the Xyz, because I do play a few Xyz, 1 Gearging X, just to be able to search out stuff. 1 Antitopian to counter my opponent's Utopia Lightning. And then 1 Deca Storm Roll to be able to recycle my dead fusions or dead anything from my graveyard. So guys, that is the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed. I absolutely love this deck. It's a lot of fun to play. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any comments, questions, or recommendations, please leave them down below in the comment section. I do read the comments. I may not reply all the time, but I do read at least most, if not all, comments. So guys, again, thank you all for watching. Have a great day. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, and see you all later. Peace out.